Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of Wizardry 8. We're playing the vanilla version on Expert Iron Man single character party. Let's see here. So we got to get this ninja to level 2 so we can switch him at some point to a priest. We're not going to do that though until we grind for a while on level 2. I think I remember last time there were some crabs here, yeah.
A creature approaching.
We have 2 shurikens left. Let me see if I can run past them. I think I can. Oh yeah, I can. Nice. I'm gonna try to lead them outside.
Must be done. Must be done.
Hey, Zombo and Jimmy, welcome. How are you guys doing this morning? Early bird catches the Wizardry 8 solo Iron Man run, he says. True.
That was close.
True that. So we're going to try to do a martial arts skill on priest. It'll be kind of weird, but it'll allow us to do some decent damage early on with the priest, because that's the problem with the priest, is they really can't do much damage.
I sense something moving.
Let's try to get a punch in. Free punch. Okay. Run already. These things can kill us with one hit, so we have to be super careful.
I sense something moving.
Oh, we got scammed. Combat shouldn't have started there. That happened to me last time. Okay, well, I'm gonna lead this one out here. We do have them separated. At least for now. Oh, there's something else out here. Another yellow. Have to be careful to not pull that on. Okay, it's retreating. Now, depending on which one's the leader, the other one will appear where this one is. No idea where that one went. Is it inside or outside? That is the question. And they're inside. Okay, that's why it disappeared out there. It was not the leader. Try to pull these. Don't want to fight these until we get level up. That is too dangerous. All right. We'll try to take one swing at this one. Well, two, really. That was close. And then we get slapped in the face while we're talking.
I sense
And we got
something
scammed
moving.
again. Look at that. Oh, I'm tired of that. It's the same deal. One stuck inside, one isn't. Dumb crabs. I have to get them pulled without combat starting. Because when combat starts, then they start retreating.
A creature approaches.
Let's just get these things out here. Come on, what's the hold up?
I sense something moving.
Oh, what the heck are we stuck on? Getting scammed by the terrain. Okay, where's this one at?
The opposition grows stronger.
Crabs. Let's see if we can get them to combat this stuff. They're at a weird spot. I don't think I can. This is super annoying. Alright, finally. Now we can close the door and get these things out of our hair. Okay, perfect. Back to the actual game. So we need to kill just a few enemies. Then we'll get level 2. Then we'll do some fighting. Quite a bit of
I
fighting
sense
that way.
something moving.
That was our last shuriken. Now it's all martial arts.
Pain
Now we gotta run. See if we got any training from that.
And so we prevail. For now.
Stealth, okay. I'll take it.
I sense something moving.
Crabs are out here still. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen that happen before. That's super weird. Probably dead.
Pain is simply a state of mind.
I've never seen anything grab you from behind that rock. Wizardry 8, always scamming. Always be scamming. So even that's not a safe place to rest. Oh man, I can kill this thing.
I sense something moving.
Let's see if I can come in here. Nope. Triple damage.
The opposition grows stronger.
Oh yay, we get
I
bats coming
sense
in.
something moving.
Oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Okay, we gotta get stamina. Gotta heal.
Pain is simply a state of mind.
No, we're dead. We can't deal with this. So stupid. That is so stupid. We got sandwiched again between a crab, which we can't deal with, and bats, which shouldn't have been there because we fought them and they retreated the other way. Yeah, we just get scammed no matter what direction we go. Alright, so what we're going to do... Last time I took I think I took the priest in order to get their quarterstaff. We're going to do a bunch of monks and get the ninja a bunch of shurikens. So we're starting off as a monk. We're doing this so we can wreck everything with the ninjas in the beginning. Let's see. We're still going to do the same plan. It's just we need
Grimpack the Mook.
shurikens in the beginning. The enemies are just too hard at level 1. Okay, so we're going to replace this guy with another monk. Fresh monk. That was a scam, Zomble. But why am I not surprised? It's happened so many times. Okay, 97 gold. We got some shurikens. Do it again. Okay, do it again. See if we can do it 2 more times. This will give us the ammo we need. Okay, 1 more time. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't care. Okay. Place with ninja. I have to figure out what I'm going to make attribute-wise. I need something that can have good piety. So I think I'll have to do raw wolf. Maybe. Priest needs 60. Okay. Throwing. Martial arts. Artifacts. So it takes 225. I care about the ninja garments. I do. Let's start as the ninja. We'll have to replace with the monk several times, then go back to the ninja. Otherwise, we don't get our starting garments here. Monk. Okay. And back to the ninja. Alright, let's get stealth up to 10 at least. Throwing. Martial arts. Effect. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna pick a different voice. Let's do this one. Alright, now we should have our equipment. $90 shurikens. That's going to give us plenty of ammo for a while to kill all these annoying starting enemies. We'll have some robes once we switch to a priest. Hopefully by then we'll have something better than that. We should. And that's it. Train up our martial arts.
Well, at least the beach is nice. I'm
Slimes
You
first.
all look nervous. Is something up here? Look, creatures! Look at those things! I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look. So much for that.
Enemy number 1 wreck. Next for the crabs.
Look, creatures! I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look. So much for that. Oh, this is great.
Alright, throwing dual weapons critical strike. Nice. Alright, we're doing... We'll put 2 points there. And then we'll do strength. Dexterity, I think. Yeah. Throwing. Artifacts. Stealth. Okay, we're gonna train now. Lots of fights with the ninja. I think I am gonna go ahead and kill the noxious slime with my hurricanes right now. Make sure we have enough. Stealth, ranged combat, dual weapons. Nice. Senses of 50. I think we can see this stuff.
Look, creatures! Oh, look! An item! Oh, look! An item!
Something coming.
This is the part where we fight, right?
Try some martial arts here. It's time to run. Killed one.
So much for that.
Stealth 15. Nice. Go around these corners slowly so we don't get surprised. Okay. Let's try to get to the ring of protection. Put this chest
Look,
on our way.
creatures!
Sling. Leather hauberk. That'll actually be good when we become a priest. We can wear that. The throwing knives are great. Sling's good too. We can train with that. Actually got some useful items for once. Okay, this guy, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kill now. Well, no. I'm gonna go get the ring of protection. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to rest.
Look at those things!
Got some darts out here, which are great. Yep, we got some enemies. Bats. Okay, we're gonna kill these with shurikens.
So much for that.
Good training.
Oh, look! An item!
Hopefully we can see this book.
Something over there.
Good. We'll put that to use later. Book of Stamina. More amazing darts.
Something over there.
Get a ring of protection. That'll help. And leather boots will help later. The priest.
Found nothing. Oh, look! An item!
All right, perfect. Wow, we've already gone through that many shurikens. That's nuts. We started with 90. We're down to like 52. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get into the room with the crab. Not without big risk. We can't use the poser cap because we're a ninja. 2 knockpicks probably isn't going to cut it. Let me see what our force chance is.
I think it's
1.
locked. I think it's locked. I think it's locked.
I wonder if I do
think it's
this,
locked.
if it'll train up to 1. If I can get it up to 1, then I could potentially use a knock pick. And then if the knock pick succeeds, we can just do 1 tumbler. Probably failed, but we'll try. Not sure if you can go from 0 to 1 though. So it'll be a lesson learned one way or the other. So far it hasn't increased. Hey, Sever, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Trying to see if we can increase from 0 to 1 on locking traps. I don't think it will. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll go the force route.
I think it's locked.
It'll take ages.
I think it's locked. 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 I think it's locked.
I'm gonna turn off the sound while I do this. I can try the knockpicks. If we get very, very lucky. Fizzle. Ooh, we did get lucky. Okay. Turn the sound back on. Okay, let me take a quick break here too and let my dog out. I'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. Okay, everyone, I am back. Thanks for giving Sever the shout out, Jimmy. Sever streams a lot of Final Fantasy. Ooh.
Look, creatures.
Oh, we're getting scammed on all sides here. What do we got? Roaches? Yuck. Yeah, we don't want to do this. Go back out of here. Let's close that. Scam City. All those monsters waiting to ambush us. Hopefully those roaches went upstairs. Look at him coming out. What a scammer. Game cheated. It did not know I was there. Cheater. Somehow I gotta reach this. There we go.
Look at those things.
Okay, I didn't want to open it. I just wanted to unlock it. There's the roaches. Alright, we made it to our safe grinding spot.
Look at those things. Hey, what does this gadget do? Look at those things.
Love to kill those fish, but we're not qualified quite yet. Let's do too much damage. With 20 hit points, we'd be a goner.
Look, creatures.
Okay, what do we got? Pets.
This is the part where we fight, right?
Unlock this for a second. Didn't want to waste the shuriken and try to throw and miss. Martial art training time. Stealth 16, ranged combat 2.
Look, creatures!
Might try to kill some of these as they swim by.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it. Wasting shurikens. It's right there and we still missed. Definitely not qualified. Nika fish become neutral again. How many resurrection powders we got waiting for us? We can sell.
Look, creatures!
Yeah, those
Look
are
at
going to be
those
upstairs. That's. Could potentially get them to come down here if I do this. Let's just go up there.
Look at those things!
Looks like they left already.
Company!
I'm afraid to open this. Yeah, let's not open it. We could get killed.
Was that you?
Only 20 hit points. Okay, all that stuff we're gonna keep for later. I'm not gonna use a bow. Keep one set of robes. Okay, that's tarnished. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So is that. Hey Veru, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Is my sight down? Good question. That I don't know. It may very well be. I'll have to check on it after the stream. You were looking to check out the Wizardry 6 remaster, but nothing's loading. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when I'm done streaming, I'll check on it. Um, it very well could be. Okay, we got 1,000 gold. We're gonna get 2 stink bombs. Oh yeah, new characters all the time.
Come back and
You
see.
die many times.
Bye-bye.
So this is a ninja that's gonna become a priest at some point. We have to train for quite a while as a level 2 ninja before we do that though. Then get stealth in really good shape. Get throwing in good shape. We need throwing to be good so that we can kill the spiders at low level and continue on. Alright, let's go get the other potions. And go back to our good grinding spot. Hopefully open the door. Every resource counts. You almost always never play Felper. Barry's just too strong in a normal party situation with all the mana regen. Yeah, Felpers are they're rough to play. I rarely play fairies either, just because of the carrying capacity problem with them. Yeah, they do have some advantages. Magic resistance and such. Okay, let's make sure we're not going to get sandwiched. Okay, now I want to try to open these doors here.
Look,
Okay.
creatures.
It should hopefully help generate more enemies over here. That's particularly a problem with this challenge, yes. Yeah, fairies would have 0 chance.
Look at those.
Your options are really, really limited with a solo character. The only success I had was a lord that started out as a rogue. So we got high stealth. And it's probably going to be the same situation with this character. Stealth is going to be the only thing that's going to allow us to get through.
Look at those things.
But at least we'll be doing a stealthy priest. The whole problem with the single character is the paralyze.
Look at those things.
Paralyze is horrible. What made Lord optimal? So they could get really good armor later on. And early on, you can
Too far.
regenerate just by entering and exiting combat. So you can out damage the enemies basically. You can out regenerate them. And then stealth was kind of amplified because as the enemies lose their turn when they're trying to find you, due to high stealth, you're regenerating during that time. So it's super powerful combination with
So much for
stealth.
that.
Throwing 17, dual weapons 4, critical strike 11. Nice. That's the other thing. This critical strike will stay with the priest. So if I can train martial arts, so far we've gotten 0 out of it, but if I can train that and get it up good, the priest could actually get critical hits using martial arts. It should be really weird, really wild. And then they could Superman themselves later on. If we can make it that far. Barry says, how do you think Valkyrie would fare? If I recall, she gets good early game equips. I tried Valkyrie. It did okay. Yeah, the armor's horrible, but they have a spear. And they get a polearm bonus. So they have a decent chance to hit. And the extended range is nice in the beginning. But the cheat death is useless because you
Look,
fall unconscious when you cheat death and solo character, you're done. So they didn't do too well. Now if you start and give them the Lord equipment, which is
creatures.
what I'm doing in these runs, is starting with something that's better equipment and replacing the character, then that helps. Yeah, the Lord is by far superior to the Valkyrie because of the regen early on. And the crazy thing is regen actually goes up the higher you level up on the Lord. So you can get to a point where you're getting like 3 hit points per round. And when you combine that with stealth, and that's without items, you have like amulets of healing and stuff. You can get regen up to like 9 hit points per round. Yeah.
Look at those things.
Okay,
I
let's...
hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Really, there's only one bat here. The other bats are upstairs. So let's try to use martial arts. We can't kill one bat with martial arts. We should retire. It's gonna take ages.
Oh, look at those things.
Are these the best mobs to train stealth on? No, right now, yes, but Seekers are the best. If you get far away from a Seeker and get set up properly where they're trapped, and you can keep defending with high stealth, you can train your stealth ridiculously high. The bats aren't bad if you can do one at a time like this. The roaches are horrible because they almost always hit and they do massive damage. So there we go, stealth, martial arts, and close combat. That was good training. Yeah, what I did one with the run that was a success was I pinned a Seeker down in this room where the treasure chest was, so he couldn't get out. And I don't remember, I think my stealth was in the 70s maybe. I can't remember what it was, but I just put it on auto combat, hit defend. I walked away and came back like 2 hours later and we had 100 stealth. I had to get it up high though before I could do that, otherwise we'd die. That was really hard to pull off though. It was so hard to get the Seeker down there. And then a couple times he actually snuck right by me when he shouldn't have been able to. Computer likes to cheat and make the enemies be able to do things that you can't do. Okay, we got something. What is it?
Look at those
More bats.
things.
All right.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
I don't want to waste any shurikens, so we're going to just wait here. We'll definitely have to run from this. We'll take some damage and then we'll run. Kill two. I'm gonna go ahead and use a healing potion. Stay here a little longer. Take a little more abuse. Here it says, do you get the benefits of skill ups in combat, or are they only applied after combat ends? You do get them during combat. You can actually come in during combat and check the skill. See how this is green? It means it went up. It went up to 13. Stealth has gone up to 18. Close combat went up to 7. Now when we go back in to look again, it's no longer green because we had already looked at it. So that's kind of an easy way to check during combat if you're getting bonuses. Okay, now it's time to run.
Hey, I'm wounded.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So much for that.
Stealth and martial arts. Okay, we have to be super careful because we could actually die falling here. We got 2 resurrection powders. That's good. That'll be 3,200 gold. Once we can identify it. Probably crabs over there. We do not want to fight those. Alright. I'm still going to leave that noxious slime there for now. Got some slimes, but the problem is king crabs right there. So we can't fight those. I'll try to rest and hopefully they'll pull. Slimes are the best thing to fight right now for us. Because they don't do ridiculous damage. Their damage is pretty consistent. And they have less chance to penetrate. Hope they come and get us.
Look,
We got a
creatures.
bat.
This is the part. Oh, this is bad. So much for that.
Close combat increase. Nice.
Look,
8.
look at. Look at those things.
Yeah, we got something. Hey, over here.
Look, creatures. I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Healing potions. Okay, I got plenty. See, I don't like these being right here. I have to retreat. I think I'm going to use Hurricanes here.
Hey, that was pretty good. Ah! Oh! So much for that.
Stealth 19. We got to get that to 20. Then we'll get another armor class boost. Left. I don't think I can. Need one more point in artifacts, I think.
Look, creatures.
Cool, we got something.
Look at those things.
don't know what they are, but they're actually coming right now. Ooh, they look like either roaches or rats. Don't like either of those.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
Roaches. We're gonna throw. What a scam.
So much for that.
Throwing 18. We finally got one in mythology. Dual weapons 5. Okay. I want throwing to be about 30. So we can throw stink bombs reliably to kill those spiders upstairs at low level.
Look at those.
Let's see, we've got 11,900
Look at those
experience.
things.
Those are upstairs, unfortunately. Bats again.
Look at those. Look at those
They're
things.
upstairs again.
Look.
Let me go get the other items. Maybe we'll get enough artifacts. Might be some here. Oh, there is. Nice. There's slimes.
Look at those things. Look at those things. This is the part where we fight, right?
It's great to train our martial arts.
So much for that.
There we go. Stealth 21, martial arts 14, close combat 9, critical strike 13. Excellent. Okay, let's go see if we can get some potions. I'd like to get our artifacts up by 1. Yeah, he's still over there.
Look, creatures.
More slimes. Good.
Look at those things.
I'm gonna run and close this door real quick. We don't need King Scam coming out and getting us. Look at this cheat. Look at that cheat. It's right in the wall. Ooh, it's stuck. Okay. This is a fantastic time to train sling, throwing and sling. When they get stuck like this. Wish I had more bullet stones. Yeah, we're killing it too fast. Hey, Ageless, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? The sling not hurt him. No, sling's just usually you don't do much damage with sling. It's it only does 1 to 4 damage. It's really weak. These bullet stones, but we still killed it too quickly. We don't even have plus to hit with it. It's going great here, Ageless. How about you? Okay. We go get the potions. Oh, there's still
Look,
one slime.
creatures. Too far. Ah! So much for that.
Martial arts 15, close combat 10. Nice.
Found nothing. Oh, look! An item! Something over there. Oh, look! An item!
No artifacts, darn it. Some sticks here. I don't know if we can see them.
Something over there.
Good. Can use those later. Only 6 of them? Yeah, we could potentially get training off these. Nope. We didn't. Okay, I think I'm gonna kill the noxious slime. Or at least get some martial art training on it. He's over here. Going good. You got up just a little bit ago, working to finish up some fandom stuff this morning. Cool. Alright, let's sneak attack this guy.
Too far.
Let's just throw.
So much for that.
He does too much damage. Not messing around. You work on AD&D fandom, working to upload some card sets. PSR released back in the early 90s. Cool. So when you say upload, you mean like scans of them, or? Ooh, we got something
Look
here.
at
What
those
is it?
things.
More slimes. I'd like that. Let me see if I can Get into a better position here. Squeeze by. You found all the images online at different places. Now you're creating pages for each one. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. You try to mass upload them when you can, but sometimes it's easier to just manually or something. Gotcha. Sounds cool. What is it? Second edition AD&D? Early 90s? Correct? That's the edition you grew up with, so it's your favorite? Gotcha. Stealth 22, Critical Strike 15, Mythology 3. Alright, nice. We're gonna go get some moderate stamina potions. Yeah, I've been on, of course, remastering the Gold Box games. Those are first edition. Tiny bit of second edition mixed in. It's kind of a weird situation that TSR did, but I've been really loving first edition. When it's done the way that Gary Gygax intended.
Got some news.
Not that's a size version. But it's been super interesting. Until you get into all the little details, you don't realize how much wisdom there was in that. Okay, these are the resurrection powders. This. Moderate staminas. That's what we want. What class are you trying this time? Okay, so we're starting as a ninja, and then we're going to switch to a priest.
Come back in.
Bye-bye.
Once we get good stealth and good martial arts, we're switching to a priest. It'll be a priest that can do martial arts. I've never tried this. It's going to be really interesting. In theory, it should work pretty well if I can make the priest survive long enough. That's going to be rough. Yeah, there is actually a monk in this game. But the monk gets psionic spells at level 5, and they do have stealth, and they do have martial arts, of course. But they're really kind of weak because they're hybrids. So this being a straight priest and getting their benefits with the better armor and everything, and of course divinity spells, it's going to be a really cool combo if we can survive. Let's see here. Get rid of one of these. Yeah, we were throwing shurikens. Ninjas in this
Bye-bye.
game are so strong. They're the best class. They have this auto-penetrate throwing ability that if you're close to the enemy, when they throw something, it'll guarantee to hit and do damage. On top of that, their throwing can actually do critical hits. So as long as you don't run out of throwing items and you have enough damage output compared to their damage output, the ninja's unstoppable. But in the beginning, it's hard to find throwing items. Can't buy them. Okay, let's sneak by Gregor. This is Gregor, this giant insect. Super hard in the beginning, especially when you only have one character. Hopefully we'll find some
You
throwing
all look
items here.
nervous. Is something up here?
Wizardry and their ninjas, yeah. Exactly. Ooh, we got shurikens. Yes! 11 shurikens. That is fantastic. It hardly ever happens. Okay, that was garbage. At least we got some shurikens. Bullet stones, we can use it for training. Oh, it's unidentified. Those are spike stones. Leather helm we can use on the priest once we switch, so that's not terrible. Oh, there we go. We got our artifacts 9. Okay, so now we can identify. Oh, we still can't identify these? Really? Maybe it needs to be 10. Yeah, evidently it needs to be 10. Okay. It's alright. Can train with that. Let's go. I have to get by Gregor again. Ooh, he moved. He's chomping at the bit to kill us.
Look, creatures.
Oh, we just barely squeezed by. That was close. Okay. So do I go downstairs? Yeah, let's do some more fighting. We have enough stamina potions for now. And my eye keeps bugging me today. Oh,
Look, creatures.
I do want to fight this. Let's pull them over here.
Look, creatures. This is the part where we fight, right?
Gotta use terrain to your advantage so that they can't maul you and surround you. Oh. Yeah. Martial Arts 16, Critical Strike, and Bullet Stones. Oh, speaking of which, we got more here we can pick up. No training. Nice. So far, so good.
Look at the... Look at those things!
Our evasion armor class should be 3 right now. The ring and the stealth. Yeah. Plan is, if we stay at this level, get enough experience to get to like level 6, we will switch to the priest, level up a
Look
bunch
at
of
those
times,
things!
get Guardian Angel, we'll be able to do martial arts, we'll have a decent sling capability, and should be pretty tough with the stealth combined with Guardian Angel. Stamina's a bit on the weak side right now, but strength will help with that as we put points into strength and dexterity on the priest.
Look at the...
Normally I put into piety or intelligence, but there's no guarantee I'll even stay a priest. I might just get enough spells and then switch to fighter or something else. Because you can always go back and forth. You could, once you're in a good spot where you're kind of higher level than the enemies for that area, where you feel pretty safe, you can apply a level up, experiment with that class. If it's not working well, just kind of struggle
Look!
until you get enough experience for next level and then switch again. We just have to qualify. The good news is, as a ninja, you qualify for almost any class because the requirements are so high. So we should be able to switch to pretty much any class we want. It will be very interesting. We got to survive Arnica Road and the dumb wasps that paralyze.
Look at
Guardian
those
Angel will help with that, but they do pretty good damage. So we need it to either be able to cast it at a high power level, or we need our stealth to be super high. And then we can still die. We can still get paralyzed. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Just got to invest all the time in the grinding here now. And if we get past Arnica Road and make it to Arnica, then we're really golden.
Look.
It's the hardest part. Yes, paralysis is the bane of the solo adventure, Aegis says. Yeah, it's terrible. As soon as you see it happen, you're like, oh, it's GG. The only exceptions sometimes are the little spiders that shoot webs. If you're far enough away and only one, maybe two can shoot at you at a time, they can run out of stamina just long enough to buy you time to get out of paralysis. And then you can run. But I'd say that's only like 10% of the time. Most of the time, they may run out of stamina, but there's either too many shooting at you, or they'll sneak in one more shot and paralyze you. And God, it's so frustrating. He just said, I played a solo run in Wizardry. What's TOTFL? I don't know what that is.
Look at those
Just ran
things.
from enemies that had it. Yeah, that's all you can do sometimes. Wizardry 8, in a solo run like this, you are running like 90% of the time. 90% of the time you run. Oh, Tales of the Forsaken Land on the PlayStation 2.
So much
Okay,
for that.
cool. I've not played that. Well, I haven't really played any of the console versions of Wizardry except Wizardry Gaiden 4 I was playing. And I want to get back to that. I'm definitely going to get back to that. I think it was a Super Nintendo fan English translation.
Look.
I think the original game was on the Super Famicom, maybe. Either that or I am playing on the Super Famicom and it's an English translation. That might be what's happening. I don't remember. Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice combo. It was between Wizardry 6 and Wizardry 5. So you didn't have hit areas per se, but you had armor that you could wear on different body parts. And then they had multiple classes, like way more classes, like Alchemist. I think it had Ranger, it had Bard. It's pretty cool.
Look.
Tales of Forsaken Land is a little bit Wizardry light, but it's really fun. Hey, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I play Bard's Tale Trilogy. That's, you know, kind of more like the older school Wizardry, but got a lot more to it than that does. But it's definitely not as complicated as Wizardry 6 or 8. And I love it. Sometimes you're in a mood for a game like that. Which game had all the classes?
Look at those things.
It's called Wizardry Gaiden 4. It's like a different offshoot of Wizardry. Now, Wizardry 6 6, 7, and 8, that's where you start getting all the classes. Those have the most. 8 has the most because it has everything 6 and 7 has, plus the gadgeteer. I mean, it's... You have a ridiculous number of classes. You can see right here. Fighter, Lord, Valkyrie, Ranger, Samurai, Ninja, Monk, Rogue, Gadgeteer, Bard, Priest, Alchemist, Bishop, Sonic, and Mage.
Look at those.
Insane amount. Oh, you played Wizardry 7. Okay, gotcha. Never got very far. Yeah, that's one of the hardest ones. In fact, it probably is the hardest one, dungeon-wise. Well, besides Wizardry 4. Wizardry 4 is an exception. Hey, Casper, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? The 8 part seems the most complicated. Yeah. Combat-wise, yes. Dungeon-wise, no. Wizardry 8 is actually easiest. If you're looking at 6 and 7, Wizardry 8 dungeons are easiest. Then 6, and then 7. 7's definitely the hardest, dungeon-wise.
Look at those things.
Combat-wise, 8 is by far the hardest. Like, that's even compared to Wizardry 4. Wizardry 8, there's no comparison. But dungeon-wise, yeah, Wizardry 4 was ridiculous. Oh, we got
Look
something
at those
finally.
things.
I think it's upstairs, though. Yeah, it's more bats. Kind of drove them away. You don't do something like that, they'll just sit there stalking you forever. I remember as a teenager when I played Wizardry 6 and the Cosmic Forge, I didn't use any hints. And it took me about a year to beat it. I was, only like 13 years old, so I wasn't super good at figuring out dungeon puzzles and stuff, But man, that took forever. I did give up a few times and then came back to it. So it wasn't like a full year consistent playing, but calendar wise, it did take me a year to beat that without any hints. Wizardry 7 I never beat the first time without a hint. I had to use, I think, 2 or 3 hints. That was way too hard. Same with Wizardry 4. I couldn't beat that without... Well, I didn't give that one a long time because I was doing a review on it. I wanted to beat it within a decent time frame. So I did use some hints on that one. That's wildly impressive. Yeah, 4, once I found out a couple of the things by some hints, I'm like, I never would have figured that out. I just don't honestly think I ever would have figured it out. 7, maybe once I knew what it was, maybe I could have figured those out. But it would have taken me forever. Getting some good training here.
Hey,
Nice.
that was pretty good.
Now you want to try 7 again? It's a great game. The story is amazing in 7. The whole layout and everything, fantastic. But it's so hard. I actually like 6's story even better though. But the dungeons aren't as massive. Casperg says 6 is not hard, but very nice play. Some strange things with high tier spells. Except it's a very cool game. Yeah, I actually remastered that. I don't know if you know that, Casperg, but I remastered it in the Wizardry 7 engine. If you try an expert, put it on expert and try to Iron Man that game in my remaster, and you will change your mind about it being hard. You will die. It will take you quite a few attempts to get through it. Go ahead and throw. Getting too low on stamina there.
So much for that.
Ooh, look at that training. Throwing, stealth, martial arts, close combat, critical.
Look at those things.
Nice. Yes, if you put it on expert or difficult, you know, whatever the highest setting is, and try to Iron Man it so you can't save scum. It's plus the changes I made to it. You have a lot more options. Like as a player, you can use a lot more strategy based on what I did, but it's much harder. Very difficult. I successfully Ironmanned it on stream on expert twice. It took me probably 12 tries to get 2 successes. And I know that game really well. Since I basically I had to remake the entire game. Every tile, every event, everything. I know it way more than 7. 7 I've only beaten 3 times maybe? Of course I know 8 the most. I've beaten this I don't even know how many times. 30 maybe?
Look, creatures.
All Iron Man expert, except two of them, I think.
Look, creatures. Look at those.
Guys, let me take a quick break here and let my dog out real quick. Be back. Okay, everyone, I am back. Back to the grindstone. Okay, cool. We got some slimes.
Look at those things.
Perfect.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
More martial arts training.
Hey, I'm wounded. Hey, that was pretty good.
What increases we got so far. Holy moly. This is since the last time I checked. We've got throwing and sling 19, martial arts 18.
Hey, that was pretty good.
That big boy here.
So much for that.
Stealth and martial arts. Alright. Wasn't as much training as I hoped for. Take it. Damage output on martial arts does go up as the skill goes up. the only weapon skill that does
Look.
that. The others just increase your chance to hit the number of attacks you can get.
Look, look at the.
Tempted to use 2 stink bombs on these dumb fish to get them out of the way. I think I will. And I don't have to worry about them
Look,
interfering.
creatures. This is the one where we fight, right?
Oh, we don't have to worry about those dumb things anymore. Soft shell crabs. Maybe they despawned. Okay, perfect. Actually, there's a couple items I can pick up here without opening the chest. Hopefully to get artifact training.
Something over there.
Darn it, I didn't. I was hoping. I just don't trust opening that chest with 20 hit points. I've seen dagger scatters do more damage than that. That'd be such a lame way to die. That would be a first. I've never died to a dagger scatter. That'd be hilarious. It just says, so when you're moving through an area in turn-based mode, if you move past an enemy in the span of a turn, do they not see you? That's correct. Yeah, if I enter combat and you're able to basically when combat ends, if you're out of vision of the enemy, then they saw nothing the whole time. So you can use that to sneak like between pillars and things as long as you can reach and make sure there's not a single enemy that can see you. If there's just one enemy that can see you, then all of them see you. It starts combat. And the game does scam you sometimes. The mini map will lie to you. It'll make it look like they're red when they're not, or vice versa. I've seen it where it didn't show that they could see you, but they could. So you do have to be careful with it. Yeah. It's almost a necessity in a run like this. Otherwise, you just wander right into the middle of enemies. They surround you and you're dead. Wizardry 8, aka MGS. Yeah. Most of the time when you're in dangerous areas, you want to survive, you got to do that. Makes total sense, yeah. It doesn't work in certain areas because there's nothing to hide behind. Like Arnica Road is a big problem with that because the maps are so wide, the walls, and so you just can't get behind a little nook or something and hide from the enemies. But in dungeons, it's a lot more doable. You can also use that to replenish stamina. If you enter combat and then let the round go by, it passes a small amount of time in game. You can actually see the moon move when you do that. If you keep doing it real fast, you'll see the moon go through the sky. It's kind of like time pass. Like in Ultima 6, you can push the space bar and just cause time to pass. I use that all the time when I'm in an area where it's not safe to rest. Because when you rest, the game cheats. What it does is it ignores all the surroundings and the feasibility of monsters being able to reach you. And it actually just puts them there. That happened to me in Arnica down in a vault in the bank. Because there was a bug where you could see through the wall and the ceiling. And there was an enemy there. When I rested, because the mini map showed that you could see it, it put them in there. And then they surprised me and killed me in the vault. It was just really stupid. So all those little things, the little cheats and bugs in the game, it just takes a lot of experience. I found one this morning that I've never seen, where when you hide behind the rock outside, it's a similar concept. Since there was a crab on the mini map that was close by, when I rested, it was able to see me. If it's not nearby, then that never happens.
Look at the.
Virus says, "Are you sitting on level ups until you clear Arnica Road?" I am close. I am sitting on level ups until I get to Arnica Road. Once I get to Arnica Road, I'm applying my level ups. Because there's some wasps that we're going to have to kill, which can paralyze us. And the higher your level is, the less likely they can paralyze you. And they're level 5, I think. So you need to be a decent level to not get screwed by those things.
I hope these guys aren't as tough as they look.
That's how my last run ended. We were level 6 and we still got paralyzed by them.
Hey, that was pretty
But
good.
we didn't have good stealth. So I just got to train our skills a little more. We'll have Guardian Angel by that point on a priest. But the paralyzed from those wasps, that's a game ender. It's those bloody plants that rough you up. See, here's the deal. If you enter an area and you don't rest, as soon as you enter the area, it generates the spawns. Or at least most of them. So
Hey, I'm wounded.
you can usually apply a level up and then not rest and just make it through that way. That's my plan, at least. As long as I apply the level ups before the wasps, then I'm okay. Yeah, crimson poppies are probably the plants you're talking about. Those will really screw you over for sure.
I'm wounded.
You're getting some good training here. She gets stealth and martial arts for sure.
This is bad.
First time you played, you got to Arnica
So much for
Road.
that.
Level 6 or 7, it got wrecked. Yeah. Even if you position yourself well. Well, we didn't get martial arts, but at least we got close combat and critical strike. Yeah, even if you position yourself well, those crimson poppies can party wipe you. Because they can just apply their sleep powder, which usually sleeps most characters in the beginning. And then they can hit and put you to sleep when they hit you. So it's like a perpetual sleep. That's such an annoying way to die. And sleep is air resistance. You just can't get air resistance. You can't really get much of any resistance by that point in the game. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then if it's not those, it's the annoying iron weeds that like instantly poison you. So then you're taking all this poison damage, plus poison reduces your armor class by 2. So even if it's a weak poison, it's an armor class -2. That's annoying. And then nausea. Some of the plants do nausea. That's -5 for you to hit. And then +5 for the enemy to hit you. And you can lose your turn. So nausea is just horrible. And then you have the ones that can blind you. The caustic vines. You get most of your party blinded, you're done. Your evasion armor class goes to -5. They do double damage when they hit you. You can't target with spells. Your chance to hit's like non-existent. Just so many bad conditions. Unless you're a monk. Monks don't suffer the penalty to the hit in melee range. Luckily you weren't Iron Manning. Yeah. Yeah, you'd never want to Iron Man the first few times you play, for sure. You could abuse your travel powers, yep. Ageless says, does it take multiple rests to fully heal, or is there something else going on? I am just spawning. I'm trying to get spawns, random encounters. That's why I'm resting. But yes, if you have high hit points and you've taken a lot of damage and you don't have regeneration, it could take multiple rests to full heal. But that's not what I'm doing. Sometimes monsters spawn right away, and other times it seems like the well runs dry. Yeah, Wizardry 8's not like many of the traditional RPGs where you're resting and all of a sudden you're thrown into combat with enemies. It it can happen, but it can place them in the general area and they just kind of stalk you, and then you can decide when to go fight them. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying on the other side of the bridge, the monsters like to just sit here and stalk you, but not actually attack. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they'll appear here, but that's only like 5% of the time. So it's a safe way to spawn new enemies and get in a fight. Because if they surprise you, you could be asleep and they can get a few free rounds. So you just learn all those things as you get experience in the game. Like where safe places are to rest. And even then, there's no guarantee. I've been very confident about certain spots. Literally that rock downstairs, I have never had a monster attack me when I've rested behind it. Except for today. So we'll throw something really weird 1 out of 2,000 times. It's like, what the? And then you just feel scammed because you feel like you knew exactly what would happen and you didn't. Okay, nothing's spawning. Let's go see if we can do some monster hunting ourselves. So King Crab is over here. I can't fight him. We would get killed. Oh, here we go. Okay, we'll fight these in this doorway. In fact, I'm gonna get a free shot on them. They're not coming toward me, so I'm gonna have to cause them to walk this way. Okay. Would a single noxious slime wreck you right now? If I didn't have any throwing items, yes. But with throwing items, no. I have enough shurikens and darts to kill one. If I tried martial arts, it would. My martial arts is still way behind, which is why I'm training it. Still hoping to get artifact training here. Stealth is 28. You're starting to get low on potions. Yeah, monks do get stealth. Yeah, one stamina potion left in my personal inventory. So theoretically, you could build stealth and psionics at the same time. Yes, but monks don't get spells until level 5. They're way behind. And it takes them a lot of experience to get to level 5. Alright, I'm gonna throw at this one. Look at that train. All right, we got stealth to 30. That's a big deal. Now our evasion armor class is 4 with the ring. All right, guys. A good place to save it for now. Yeah, hybrids they're really weak. They're really hard to play. The ninja's an exception because they're considered elite. They're not actually technically not hybrids. Bishops and ninjas are considered elite classes. And they're the strongest by far. Fighters are really strong too, but they're not elites or hybrids. Are breakpoints generally every 10 skill points? No, there's a wide variety. For stealth, it's true, but some it's every 20 points, some it's every 4 points, every 5 points. It varies a lot. You tried a fairy duo once that was a ninja and bishop. Yeah, that would work pretty well. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.